episode of OATS Uncut, Orator Academy Talks Uncut. We are unscripted, unfiltered, uncut, honest, raw, candid conversations. And today I have the company of a very rambunctious group. They were till a few seconds ago, and now they're behaving themselves. But maybe their true colors will come through as we talk. So, as you guys walked in, I gave you a little challenge. You had suggested certain topics to me randomly, and you thought you were being random, but I was making notes very diligently because I take you seriously. And now you had to pick one of those topics without knowing which one you were getting, and each one of you has landed with something. So which one should we start with?
Saanvi. Okay. All right. Hey guys. So, how's your day going? Oh,
That's awkward.
That's great. That's a little awkward. You didn't answer my question. How is school?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You guys are being very awkward, okay? I'm very sorry, but this is very awkward behavior of you. I hate awkward silence. You're not even talking to me. I'm just talking to myself.
And that was one of the topics.
That was? Oh.
Well, all I can say is it's very befitting.
Yes.
So talk about it.
My topic was awkward silence, and awkward silence is, as you can tell, very, very, very awkward because you're talking to someone and it's just so awkward because both of you, you don't want to be super casual, asking someone about their day, that's so basic. Hi, Yuvan. How was your day?
Okay.
Are you going to ask me the question back or that shit?
How was your day?
That's good.
So why do you think silence is so awkward?
Silence is awkward when you don't know what you're going to say, but silence can also be so powerful at the same time.
It can be very powerful.
So powerful. If you're insulting someone, you shouldn't be
Or
insulting.
if you have a fight with someone.
Yeah, and you're just silent, and you just stand very tall, and you're silent. That can be so overpowering and just cold. You're just giving them a cold heart.
But oof. You like this, you're oh my.
Very sorry. This is a casual.
Keep going. I can't handle it even in a casual conversation. You're tall and you're cold. Oh, come on.
Yeah, but it's an example.
No.
Okay, not example. Guys, don't say surrounds.
She said, hi. And it was so cool because it was oh my god, yeah, it feels so high. Every single sentence, no matter what. Saanvi, this is a slip up. This girl does it every single time. I started texting my friend and it went on the whole time.
My brain goes numb. Oh, by the way, Kat, is your voice being caught here?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Testing.
No, not yours. The people behind me. So maybe when she's speaking, you can move a little aside so we can
Get out of my way.
microphone close.
Always the other side.
Raise the shot. Hey, common sense of me.
Okay, so what you're saying is that it can be awkward or it can be very powerful. A message can be conveyed.
Yes.
Or it can be very misleading too.
Yeah.
So would you prefer to use the awkward silence treatment, or would you prefer to just say what you want to say?
Say what you say and mean what you
And
say.
let the words fall out.
Honestly.
I want to see you. Okay, so apart from that, do you think your generation goes through awkward silence?
I feel not so much anymore. If you have a friend that's super close to you, then obviously not. You never have to face that problem because they're close. You just go up to them, talk, it's fine. But I feel when you start to make when you start to make friends, then it's harder to make conversation with them. Because I was in ELA class, and there was this girl next to me. And this is the beginning of the year. I didn't really have that many friends in ELA class. So I was talking to her, but she wasn't responding to me. And I don't know if she didn't hear me, and I just kept repeating. But then it was so weird and awkward for me to keep repeating, so then I just stopped talking. And then another time I asked her a question, she was like, yeah. And then she didn't make conversation with me. She just stood there. She said, yeah. And she started doing her work.
So awkward silence can also be very unproductive. So it's better to just move on and do what you need to do rather than wait for the silence to break. So let's go this way. So let's have Anika talk about her subject and then we'll come to Yuvan. Anika, what was your subject?
Common sense is not so common.
What do you have to say about that?
I say that multiple times, especially in this class, because there's some people. I won't name names, though. I'm not gonna do it, Saanvi. See, that's not very sensible if I'm trying to be this nice, polite girl. I wouldn't name Saanvi's name in that.
Obviously.
However,
Such a good friend. Such a good friend.
common sense is when you're able to do a task in the most efficient way possible. If I were to get up and go to press the off button on the camera, I wouldn't go all around the room, go to Africa, and come back. I would walk up, I would stand up, walk to the camera, turn it off, and sit down. There are much more efficient ways of doing it, but it doesn't click in some people's brain, like, hey, let's do the most efficient. No, let's be annoying and do the most lazy, slowest thing possible. There's so many examples of this in math, in life, in school. Just if you're walking in the hallway and you decide, hey, we need to get to class because we're late, and you start walking zigzag. Not only are you not being sensible, you're making everyone else annoyed and stupid, and make you yourself look stupid. But not having common sense is not the same as being stupid. It's being slow rather than stupid, which are two different things. Slow, you will get to it eventually. It might take you longer, but you will get there.
Yeah, interesting.
Stupid is you're just not going to get there ever. You're probably off in Africa or something. Your brain just can't do it. However, there's a difference. So when someone goes, oh, that's just common sense that you don't have, that doesn't mean you're dumb or you're stupid. It just means you're not getting to a place you need to be efficiently or just the best way there.
Or is common sense also your own natural intelligence? You don't have to rely on a book or a teacher or a mentor to be told how to do certain things. Certain things are just very commonsensical.
I think more than just knowing it, it's experiences. Because if I'm running late to class, before I try it, there's no way for me to know, like, oh, walking zigzag is very slow. At some point, there's got to be something in your life that makes it click.
Or it's winter weather. You go out in your wind cheater or your trench coat. It's not going to keep you warm. It's common sense. You need to take out the heavy jackets. It's raining. You bring an umbrella or a raincoat. It's common sense.
But you don't know that's common sense until you try it. So saying that's just common sense is saying you haven't experienced this before or you don't know the way to do it. Because if I know the answer to a math problem, let's say 64 divided by 8, I know my facts, so I'd immediately say 8. Or someone who doesn't know it would go 64 minus 8, and you keep going until you get 8. So eventually you'll realize, 64 divided by 8 is 8. But at the first couple times, it takes you a while to get there, which is what common sense is.
So could it be equated with street smartness?
I'd say that.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Did you like exploring that topic or winging it? Whichever you were doing.
See, common sense. We actually tested this as we played hangman on the board. See, some letters you don't want to choose or something you don't want to do. It's just name random letters until you find one or two that works.
All right.
Your first couple of guesses will not be X and Y. That's common sense.
All right. So
My word was xylophone and nobody guessed it until Yuvan.
yeah. Oh God, it's not about hangman. So moving on. Yuvan, what was your topic?
So, my topic was why are so many people starting to learn the piano? And I think one of the main, I also play the piano, so I have lessons like every Thursday, but that's not the point. So, what I think is the main reason why everyone's starting to learn the piano is because it's such an easy instrument to pick up. Because with piano, you have so many different ways to learn. You could go to a tutor. There are so many different books you can just buy off Amazon, and they teach you step by step. And there's also apps on your phone you can install that help you learn piano. And I think it has a lot of freedom because of there's 84 keys on the piano. So that's a lot of different notes you can play. So you can play a lot of different songs that you might like. So you have a lot of musical freedom. I also think that it can be kind of annoying because if you play the piano and since so many other people are playing the piano, there's a lot of competition between everyone else because in ensembles like chorus, orchestra, and band, you won't have 10 pianos being able to play in the same band because pianos are so big, so expensive, and why do you need 10 pianos? There's usually going to be one piano, maybe in very, very small chance there's going to be two. Whereas with all the other instruments, you can have 10, 15, 5. And since there's such a lot of competition, when you go to tournaments, it's just who can practice the most and who has the most free time to put into piano.
Fantastic. Wonderful. So I was asking that question, it came to my mind because since I go through so many students, there are so many times either there's a conflict with the piano class or they're coming from one or going to one.
Yeah.
So I was just curious, why the piano? Do you think having learned the piano helps you learn the other instruments better? Because I've heard somewhere that if you know the piano, you can pick up guitar very easily.
Yeah, I think it really helps you learn the other instruments better because it helps improve your music theory, which is basically how you understand the notes on the sheet music. So most instruments use the same sheet music that piano does. So when you move on to those instruments, my brother plays the saxophone. So he is learning the same notes that I am. Obviously, I know more notes than him because I've played for longer. Mm-hmm. But if I were to learn saxophone, it would be easier for me to change because I already know the notes. I just need to know if C is here on the piano, then where is it on the saxophone?
And then you can figure the rest out.
Yeah.
But also, I feel playing the piano, it's because most people start really young instruments, and it's much easier for most people are around 6, 7. It's much easier for a 6, 7-year-old to press a button on the piano than for, let's say, them to hold an entire violin. It's not an easier instrument, but it's an easier instrument to start on at an early age.
I am Saanvi.
Yeah.
When people start young, I played the flute. You'd have to blow so much air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even the keys that are the hardest part with many instruments. It's having to blow that air and be continuous in it.
Yeah, so my brother had bought a bunch of different reeds for his saxophone, so I wanted to try to play it one time, and I tried to...
Reed is the little wooden strip that goes...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put on a clean one, and I tried to play it, and I was really surprised by how much air you had to put into the saxophone. After one breath with the continuous note, it was almost impossible for me to play the next.
I actually play the saxophone, and I don't believe that the piano would help you much in that case, because knowing how to read sheet music is one thing, but actually knowing the keys on the saxophone is completely different from on the piano.
But don't you agree that the sheet music...
Yeah. Piano helps you learn sheet music easier.
For me, since a lot of people...
You play the guitar, right?
I play the cello.
Cello, right.
So
Same thing.
Oh, hang on. This needs to go closer to her, please.
Okay. So I played the cello in the orchestra, but there's some cello players that play the piano, and it's a lot easier for them to actually understand the instrument. Like tuning the instrument, for example. You have to know how the note sounds or how the open A sounds in order to actually tune it correctly. And generally, the better tuners are better players because they know how it's supposed to sound. If you were to play one finger on the D string, you know how it's supposed to sound, so you can adjust yourself. But if you don't know how it sounds, then you won't adjust yourself, and it'll take more iteration to actually learn the instrument, which learning how to read sheet music is really beneficial, which is why I think piano can help in all the instruments.
So here's my next question, follow-up for all of you. Since all of you seem to be playing some instrument or the other, right? Piano? Violin. Piano. Flute. Cello. And saxophone. My God.
And guitar.
All 5 instruments. Thank you, Ben. All 5 different instruments in 5 of you. So how do you think, are you enjoying learning those instruments?
Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah, and at 4th, 5th, and 6th, I quit. Me too. I did flute. So in 3rd grade, you started picking your instruments out. And I'd already been playing violin. I've been playing since 2nd grade. So the school wanted me to, I was obviously going to choose violin, but the school wanted me to choose another instrument because they didn't, like, I already have experience in violin. So I wanted to play the drums. But my mom said no, because we were moving that time and she thought the drums would be like too big.
Too big, yeah.
So I chose the flute, what I thought was the best next option, but I did not like it. I never practiced. I mostly focused on the violin. And then I ended up quitting, but I've been playing violin for 5-6 years now, and I like it. I enjoy it.
What do you feel when you indulge in music, especially playing an instrument? There are no words to it.
I have been called by my family as unartistic. I cannot play the instrument. I do not like it either. I am not musically talented, gifted, or good at it.
Your sister sings.
She does?
She sings quite well.
Oh, I don't listen to
I personally love music because on my saxophone, just honking it really, really loudly is very, very fun. But I'm also in GT music, and it like also helps learning the rhythms and notes. And so we make our own music, and I find it very amusing.
Fantastic. So this has already gone up to 16 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break right here and come back to continue this conversation. So stay right there. You stay right there. But come back. The rest of the conversation that's going to happen will be published in the next episode, because we know how much time matters to all, and you may not have time for a half an hour conversation. But thank you for tuning in. We shall be back with the rest of the conversation. This is OATS Uncut, Orator Academy Talks, with Saanvi, Anika, Yuvan, Prisha, Esha, and me, Vineeta Khanna. Stay tuned.
Oats out.